What have you done for your community? Seniors. During the summer of 2020, I was highly active in the community, taking daily 10-mile runs. The week of July 19th, the weather was brutal, with blazing temperatures going over 100 degrees. The night of July 19th, I was running in Old Town Petersburg and noticed that there were many seniors sitting outside on the sidewalk. This was abnormal, so I asked the seniors what was wrong. They told me their AC units were broken and that in the middle of the night it was too hot to be inside. They then told me management had given them letters stating that they would not fix the issue until next year. I told them that I would do everything I could to help them. The next morning, I went to the top. Yes, I called the executive branch's office in Washington, D.C. and was directed to HUD. The representative at HUD did some research for the agent that would be sent out to inspect the Petersburg installation, and then told me to call the Department of Code and Compliance in Petersburg and remind them who funds their office. I then called the Office of Code and Compliance on Tabb Street in Petersburg and told them about the issue at Carriage House Apartments and how the seniors were suffering. Their response was along the lines of, "I know who you are. All you do is cause me to have so much work. Why are you calling me?" I then re-explained that there were seniors suffering and reminded them of their duty and that I had already reached out to HUD in Washington. Please watch the clip to see what occurred afterwards.
It might not be an easy fix. I can tell you that they are supposedly working on this. Now, just after 1 this afternoon, the city of Petersburg did issue a notice of violation to the Carriage House Apartments for air conditioning issues, which had some parts of that building at 90 degrees.
This is going to be a tough week with respect to weather.
As the sun brought sweltering heat beating down Monday morning, the intensity kept temperatures rising throughout the day.
He's taking care of it from a legal perspective. We take care of it from a physical perspective.
The heat wave saw air conditioners unable to keep up, even with water being used to keep their chillers cool. At the Carriage House Apartments,
Hallways right now is about 80 degrees on the first floor and 90 degrees on the fifth floor.
the hallways being sacrificed for the rooms.
Hallways right now, the blowers are shut off to make sure every interior room is receiving maximum AC.
That caused the city to issue a notice of violation.
That can expedite some of the repairs.
The city concerned the building's AC can't keep up, and the room temps cause more violations to be issued.
So we want to make sure that none of the rooms go higher than 77 degrees. Last, I believe it was November, Governor Northam passed emergency orders dictating that anything over 77 is in a violation of the maintenance code. It used to be 80 degrees, and now it's down to 77.
CBS 6 has obtained this letter sent by management to their tenants on July 17th. The letter states, ownership has made the decision to wait until the fall to install the new chiller. The decision comes after it was discovered that the air system in the building would need to be turned off for a period of 7 to 10 days for chiller installation. Carriage House is home to seniors over 62 and those with disabilities, which is why the city is now keeping a close eye on the situation.
We've got to have some empathy and some respect for our community partners because we owe it to them. So that's why we're here.
Now, the city is continuing to go into the Carriage House Apartments to check the temperature. Just after 5 o'clock, we saw a police officer and a code official come out. They told me that the temperature had indeed gone past that 77-degree threshold, which means that the rooms are now in violation. So that means Carriage House Apartments are now facing 115 notice of violations and will be cited tomorrow morning. Working for you in Petersburg, Wayne Koval, CBS 6 News.
Shortly after that, I was informed that a low-income senior facility in Petersburg was the site of a COVID-19 outbreak. So I went for a run on July 7th to see if they had personal protective equipment, which was needed, and was shocked to find out that many of the individuals in the facility did not even know what COVID-19 was, and one individual even stated that COVID-19 was only in Hopewell and not Petersburg. I knew I had to help these individuals as PPE was being hoarded by council members using the PPE as campaigning tools. I reached out to social services and was told that they do not check on these facilities and they go off the faith and goodwill of the director during these COVID-19 times. I then reached out to the office of Delegate LaCherice Aird over the phone and told them about this issue at the facility. Her office then took the issue to the Commonwealth of Virginia's Director of Department of Social Services, who issued an emergency inspection of Fillmore Place, after Ms. Davis from the state said that the state would not inspect the site. Petersburg. Never take no for an answer when lives are at stake. Thank you, Petersburg.